Hello and welcome to this overview of the iqSolar product. This is a product designed for PV solar panel installers and administrators, but particularly those involved in the sales process. In the short presentation, we want to demonstrate the ease with which you can capture all necessary information for a client, then details of the proposed solution in terms of number, type, configuration of panels, etc. We'd then like to show you how the product can generate your customized quotations and other documents before managing the client, hopefully through to a successful conclusion. We'll start by opening the product, and the first thing generally you'll be presented with is a list of any messages or reminders that have become due. In the normal sort of Microsoft Outlook type interface, you can click on the item and dismiss it, or snooze it for later, open it, or even reply to it. I'll just close that for the time being. Over on the left hand side you'll see we're sat on the operations menu, at the top of which is the lead recording module. This is an optional module. As leads come in, you're probably aware that not all leads ultimately get to the point where we've got an appointment or a survey, and so capturing all that information is not always necessary. So this gives you an option of just recording just enough information to sort of get by to a phone call and so on, before requesting any more information. I've mentioned against this particular lead Mr. Chris Hall, where he's from, a date of next contact, his address details, phone number obviously, any notes that have come in from the lead, and I've mentioned as well the next action type as a survey. It's because I've done that when I click on the post option, it actually asks me whether I want to create the survey, which will become apparent when we look at the client management module. So I'll close the lead module there, open up the client management module, and we should see Mr. Chris Hall there. There we go. Now this module, as you can see, as you click on the clients on the left hand side, the information on the right hand side in a series of tabs changes. This module can actually be used in a single customer mode, so you could use it in the company of the client, and all the client sees is the information relating to him. Let's go back to that. You'll see as well just a mention of the follow-up dates. Anything that is due is highlighted in green, as is this Mr. Chris Hall. Anything that's overdue is in red, otherwise it's just in a normal font. And the icon there suggests what stage he's at in terms of the status. We can specify any notes here. We can further categorize the client if we wish. It's not all mandatory at all by any means that. Also, as mentioned here, most of this information is defaulted obviously, but we can change it as and when necessary, so that we're assuming 15 pence per kilowatt charge for electricity. We're assuming it's the new domestic tariff. We're assuming solar pack input factor of 1100 hours, etc., and a daylight usage of 50%. All of which can be changed, but much of which is used obviously to calculate SAP calcs and so on. Okay, Mr. Chris Hall, we mentioned there was a survey on the 19th of the 3rd. That's generated a skeleton survey record, if you like, with zero number of panels. We need to just put the number of panels in there. It'll default to those particular types of panels, although obviously we can change that as and when. There's information here relating to the orientation of the pitch of the roof. As we change that, you'll see the orientation factor change in accordance to the tables that most of us are familiar with. Also, we can actually also do more than one array as well, so we can go up to 3 arrays if necessary. We can also specify the inverter type if we know it by now. We can also click on price, and it'll get a price for us. Okay, and once we've got a price, then we can already get some idea of the payback time and the return on investment, which is highlighted here. As also mentioned here on the status bar, discreetly displayed, gives us some idea of the commission value as well. So click on apply, and the record is committed. Okay, now once we've specified that survey, we're ready actually to generate a quotation document. Now I've cheated a bit. I've got one already prepared because I wanted to show you how it relates to the actual quote template. So this is the template, and you can see there's a series of short codes here which will be transposed into actual data based on the information that we've keyed into the customer management module. So I'll open up now the corresponding entry for the quote for Mr. Hall in this case, and you can see all this information has come through. So it's literally two or three clicks of the mouse will generate this document for you, and it's a 3 or 4 page document. As you can see, there's an introduction page which mentions 1 or 2 little bits of information about the quote. I think it's price as well, income and savings value. There's mention here of carbon saving value. On the second page there's a series of tables, the SAP calculation, the quotation itself including the price, and the projection which culminates in the payback period, together with short codes. As you can see, that transposes to that with all the actual values in the rightmost column there. Okay, and on the third page we just conclude with some terms and conditions, etc. And electronic signature, and there we go, that transposes to that. And then finally there is a table showing a 25-year projected earnings and savings summary, and likewise that converts to that. All very nice. Okay, there we go. So let's just minimize that, and that just basically shows you how easy it is to generate the documents on the fly, as it were. We can also attach images to these clients as well. So if we go into the image tab, add a new image, there we go. I've already created a folder with Mr. Hall's images there. So frontage, general property, apply the update, and that's as easy as it is to open to attach the images. They're often useful for sending to the installers or administration department. And on the rightmost tab is the year-on-year analysis, which is an on-screen representation of what you saw in the quotation. The payback year is down here as year 11. That's probably because there's a reference here to finance, as you can see out of it, and we're down to year 7. Okay, so let's go on to one of the clients that I know have been sold. Because if we go onto the survey information, you'll just see the option to add any extras. Okay, in this particular case we added a dual aspect roof that I mentioned. We can also add some more if we wish. So you can see here there's details and prices of other available options. I'll just abort that. And I mentioned the debrief as well. This is where we click on there. There's a predefined email address for your administration department. It's headed up with that in the subject automatically. The details, a summary of the quotation information. You can upload the actual quotation and click on here for any of the images that are that you've captured that can also be attached. Right. And then just finally, because this is a sold one, we can go into the order details. We've got an order reference there, we've got a payment method, the MPAN number, the inverter type, which I guess we should know by now, and the tile type, obviously. And then the only other thing is there's a tab here for post commission information that can be used later on in the commission module. Okay, so that concludes the presentation. Hope you found it of interest. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like any further information, please contact us on Lewis John Associates, and we'll be pleased to help. Thank you very much again for watching. Thank you.